Hello, happy Hanukkah. Oh, I still haven't finished doing everything in this room. Mostly today. It is Friday. Christmas is just around the corner. Can't wait for the holidays to be over. And I guess it was the 22nd of December. Dad died. Mom's, guess Grandma died the 24th. My mom's mom. And so there's always been like, we had a lot of deaths. I had my cousin Kenneth Walker in St. Louis, in Florissant, Missouri, it's a suburb of St. Louis also. It was very nice when I remember when Uncle Reuben and Uncle James first moved there out of the city, out of St. Louis, and they moved over there, and I swear, Aunt Ruth worked. It was Annie Ruth. Let me call her Aunt Ruth. But Aunt Ruth, she worked like 2 jobs, and she worked as a pediatrician in a hospital, and she used to crochet like baby blankets too and sell and stuff like that. And I believe me and her like the only 2 really in the family that crochet. And I learned some crocheting like just before like I stayed with her for a minute, then I learned like the rest of like, crocheting. But anyway, she worked hard. Uncle James worked at Boeing until he retired, and he worked really hard. And then when he retired, he found out he had diabetes, and then from diabetes, he had a stroke, and when he was paralyzed on one side, he was trying really hard, and like they had 2 children, they had 2 children. Well, James Jr., the oldest, and Kenneth. James Jr., crack fiend. I know exactly like what happens, and I blame a lot of problems that he has in the school system, because I remember when he was real young. He seemed very favorable, very intelligent. He was playing the piano and stuff like that, and cocaine and all this. But I blame a lot, that there couldn't be that many people that I know that had this problem. That what I'm saying. That it couldn't be something socially that we can correct, because I think it's just a matter of children's rights, putting children first. I shared some stuff about Hollywood pedophiles and stuff like that, and you could just look at the everyday life with the twerking, which I remember when I first came to the South and they were doing a dance similar to that, the little kids was doing it, and it looked like simulation of sex, and and there was like this church group, and they had a bunch of little girls doing it, and I told her I walked away from the area. I had got me a plate, and I walked away from the area and was sitting, like in a spot where some other people were sitting and eating, but just real bent over my plate, and I was like, let me get this food in my body and get out. And it ended up being really good food. I was in Mississippi, but I looked up and I think I was rodeo for this one band. Yeah, that's what it was. I had a truck, me without a vehicle. But anyway, and I found it disturbing, because I mean, as a person that had been a child and a female and mom and all this and grandma even, that is not something that is appropriate at that age. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like the way like the men, what I mean? Because like I didn't like I don't like to socialize with a lot of people around here, because it sort of makes you uncomfortable with everything alludes to sex. They don't know anything about politics. It's just sports and sex. And some people, I'm sorry, just the idea of that's all they can talk about. Because you look over them like, you know, what I'm saying, they just say stuff that's uncomfortable. You know, their wants and needs don't got nothing to do with me. They don't give a fuck about me. If I ask them my name, they don't know. But like I used to, listen to some of the guys underneath the tree. There's a couple places. There's the hill I used to hang out in. There's a couple guys, old guys, and they're in their 70s now, talking about they was big pimping. And one of the theories that they would do was sexually abuse a child, was rape a child, because then the child will act out. And like, I don't know if they really understand what they were saying at this point, but 100% had to do with the mom. You know what I'm saying? The mom, you know what I'm saying? She gonna let this kid be like she's not around the kid. The kid is like, like she letting the kid, letting the kid, be alone when she, need to be with him. Like sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they look for that kid that, if the mom is sort of all, you know what I'm saying? Or rather they recognize the child that is not getting supervised. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One of the things is, it's like the thing, like they always said, oh, your kid needed a mentor. That's the first thing they're going to show off with the mom. Is like, oh yeah, I'm the good guy or something. I'm helpful. But anyway, and but at one time, like before the new philosophy, now like I hate to say, like really when the church got like it was like big traffic south of kids. They like to get them at 6 or they like to get them at least at 6 or under, because they internalize it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's easier for that child to be the scapegoat, or it's easier for you know what I mean, like for you to victimize that child even farther. It's like, oh well, if the child says something, well anyway, that's one of the, so I do, like a lot of people say, oh, Illuminati and all that, but you have to understand that even the way it is now, there was a change. It wasn't always the way it was with the Scottish nation. But anyway, and the change came because of the war and killing and disease and a grievous error where they eliminated the original group or family and their ways. And you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't but it's still profitable. It was still profitable the way that they were going, and a lot of this pedophilia and stuff, sprung from a time, where you might say the Dark Ages, you know what I'm saying? Where people really believe in that there is a evil and good power or whatever. I believe there's the power of life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want the yin and yang, I don't believe that necessarily that a child comes in this world as an evil person. I believe they come in a world that's already full of sin. And I don't blame the children. I don't fault the children. I don't think that acting out and all that. And that was another thing. I saw Frontline, where they were showing where they arrested this child, for robbing a convenience store, which, is wrong to do all that. But then again, it all stems back to the school, stems back to the education system. It stems back, because I figure that child already had mental issues, because like once he was in they gave him like 15 years in adult prison, which I'm here to tell you that a 15-year-old put with a grown-ups, it's not healthy for the child. And they even alluded to that. But you got a lot of parents that are like, oh yeah, we're gotta get hard, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, we need more help from the police. When actuality is you parents, you know, these children, they spring from us. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing with the jeopardize of women. So a lot of this that I see that there is a problem with the sex industry. And the number one problem is that once those people have money, you know what I'm saying, they're getting blackmailed and embezzled. So there's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money, and men that are able to monopolize their selfish little fantasies and narcissistic ass sexual ways onto this child feel like they have power. But the only problem with these people is, you know, as the child is growing getting older, they're getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like when they get in the 20s, that person is getting older. He might still have money, but there's ways. That's where blackmail embezzlement comes in. And even some of the big elite that are into pedophiles, you know what I'm saying, they got it all figured out in their blackmail embezzlement. You know what I'm saying? We do have a problem where we need to think about what we want our morals to look like. Do we want to go from the mama house to the jailhouse, you know what I'm saying, and have these corporations making millions of dollars off of ignorance by housing kids, by housing people? You know, I don't think that's the answer. I think the problem stems from the way the politics of things, the way that we being manipulated. Because I know, like, probably, oh, subscribe. I always forget to say that. I want to make a sign, subscribe. I was planning on making us. Well, anyway, but that is one of the problems we have now. I got distracted by saying subscribe. I don't think I have it anywhere, but it's there somewhere. But anyway, we do have a problem. We do have a problem with the education system. We do have a problem with our prison system and our laws. Just by the courts and making so much money off of the poor by the arrest and, you know, even housing them in jail. Like, they housed this boy all those years, 13 years. He comes out, you know what I'm saying? Everything's brand new to him. And they didn't rehabilitate. All they did was get the pharmaceuticals happy on drugs. And the drugs that he was taking, they should have, because, you know what I'm saying, he was having a mental problem because of the environment that he was in. They should have sort of took him off of it, even if they had to, you know, sort of baby him off. I can't think of the word now. But he should have been taken off of them. And then, you know what I'm saying, but those drugs is a big part of the propaganda. Every time you watch CSI, he didn't take his meds. Because they showed him 4 months later, and you could see how depressing. Because, like, the anxiety medicine, some of it, if you don't have anxiety, you're going to have it after that. So sometimes taper off. Sometimes you have to taper them off. You have to reevaluate them. And you can't just give, you know, somebody some pills and say, hey, you got to take these the rest of your life. Because, you know, hormones and all that do change anyway as you get older, you know, regardless. And medicine does have, you know what I mean? It's just like if you think you're going menopause and you just like, oh, I'm just gonna take estrogen. You might not, you know what I'm saying? You might, you know, like not need that estrogen and end up with some very bad side effects. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to menopause. I don't have to take it. I'm not gonna, you know, and you know, and it's a lot has to do, you know, from what I've heard. You just have to eat, you know, like the old folks used to say, you know, eat what your body wants. And that doesn't mean like, and they didn't mean like they didn't have McDonald's and stuff like that. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like before your period or whatever, have some liver, you know, like beef liver with gravy and mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, like liver is like all bloody, you know. It's supposed to help you, you know, and then you listen to some of those wise tales, And you know, why not? You need that extra iron as you get older and stuff like that. And of course, like, I was very surprised I had a period. I had one in a year. Exactly the same time like last year I had one. Like, why? Anyway, I guess I'll make this one phone call for these people go to the casino. Find out a few things. But anyway, I can't be an island to myself. What if they heard that on the... Alright, have a good Friday, and I guess sports on. So I don't know, this room, I don't even have a TV or nothing in this, just the computer. So... I could use a little help, but I don't know. Let's see. A few people will be leaving because of the holidays, and a few people will be showing up. So I got a few things to do. Oh, I did notice this door. You can see, like, I didn't paint this door, so, but I don't feel like painting because, like, I have to keep it closed up, try to keep it warm. But I was like, so I painted this door over there and this door, and I got the other side's the living room. I got that painted, but I didn't paint this side of the door. So anyway, but I don't know. I'm thinking about waiting this spring. Hell with it. But I do have to do a little bit, and I think just I don't know. I guess I will. I'm gonna finish it up. I'm all better. I feel like I've been a little lackadaisious because my left side's been hurting. I got a crochet project I want to finish. I have a quilting project that I got parts that I already cut up that I was going to start. But so anyway, it's best to finish one. And then like okay, I'm gonna make. I might put that on there. I'm gonna make a pear pie. I got some pears that I just couldn't, I couldn't eat fast enough. So it's going to be a pear, green apple, and banana pie. Alright. So, yeah, I might try to take that. This is my company. Yeah. I'm always very surprised when I get comments and, I don't get about the well, anyway, the breast, but whatever. I just I read stuff like that and I just prove my point, you know what I'm saying? But I don't look at X-ray because I have lost a lot of friends that are, at a very young age, that I knew in elementary school and junior high and I think that always leaves a big impression, especially like just with the way like they had lost their lives and most of it was you heard it from people, your mom told you, that so and so died, or you go someplace else and so you find out so and so died, and then you find out some of the details and one thing I learned is that men, I found that men, a lot of them, the best gossip. And I found out a lot of information. I mean, they weren't like guys that I had relationships. They were, they were platonic friends, and and they was cool as hell and everything. But men could gossip, especially if you keep it a platonic relationship. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, have a good Friday. I know y'all trying to get ready for Christmas. I gotta go. I'm putting the lights on for the evening, make a phone call. I'm gonna get. I guess I don't know. I can't tell in here. It's like I got all the windows covered up. The sun went down. Good evening, darling.